Hello and welcome to another lesson with Cloud Solutions Tech. In this video, I'll be showing you 5 ways to create files in Linux. I'm going to be using CentOS. The first one I'm going to show you is how to create a file using touch. So the touch command is a simple way to create an empty file. If the file already exists, then it updates the access and modification timestamp. So let's go. Touch. And then what do we want to call the name of our file? Let's say my file.txt. Enter. If I do ls, we have a file called my file.txt. If I try to view what is in that file, I'm not able to view it because we just created an empty file. The second one I'm going to show you is creating a file using text editor. So the text editors, we have text editors like Nano, VI, Vim, and the rest. So text editors like Nano, VI, Vim can be used to create and edit files. So if the file does not exist, these editors will create a new one for you and they are able to also put the content in the file. So in my case, I'll be using VI. Now, what do we call the name of the file? I'll call it editor.txt. Now I'm able to write into my file. So to be inside mode, to be able to write into the file, you press I on your keyboard and then we can start writing into our file. So I'll say creating a file with VI text editor. And I'll just say my file, WK shebang. We do ls, we have a file here called editor.txt, and then we cap that file. We have our content right there, creating a file with VI text editor. The third one that I'm going to show you is creating a file using the echo command. So what is the echo command? The echo command can be used to create a file with a specific content. So it's often used in combination with the redirection operator. So in our case now, let's use the echo command to create a file. So I'll say echo and I say hello, welcome to Cloud Solutions Tech. And I do this when I call the name of the file echo.txt. Enter. If I do ls now, we have a file there called echo.txt and we can also cap that file, right? So the next one I'll be showing you is using the greater than sign right here. So what does this do? In Linux, using the greater than sign symbol can be used for output redirection to create or override a file. But however, it's also often used in conjunction with commands that generate output. So simply using the greater than sign by itself does not generate any content. So it is often used in conjunction with commands like echo or cat to create or override a file. But in our case now, I just want to use this greater than sign to just create a file by itself. So what happens if I use it to create a file by itself? So this will create an empty file because there's no content that is being provided. So I'll say sample.txt. When I do enter, when I do ls, we have a file here called sample.txt. If I try to cut that file, I'm not able to see what's in that file. This one I'll be showing you, which is number 5, is using the printf command. Printf command. So what does this do? The printf command in Linux is used to format and print data. You can also use it to create or append content to a file. So now in our own case, we just want to use it to create a file. All right, so let's do this. Say, hello, you are just learned 5 ways to create files in Linux. And then let me call the name of the file print.txt. Alright, if we do ls now, we should have a file here called print.txt right here. And we can also cut that file to see what is in that file. When we cut that file, you see, hello, you have just learned 5 ways to create files in Linux. Alright, but before I end this lesson, I just want us to quickly take note of something. So, using the greater than sign by itself, right here, using it by itself will override the entire content of a file if it already exists. So, if you want to append content to a file instead of overriding it, then you have to use double 2 instead of using 1. You have to use 2 instead of using 1. So that is something to really take note of. So let me show you an example. Remember we created some files earlier on, right? And then we put some content in it. So we have this file called print.txt. So if I say echo, for example, I say, what is the time? All right, before I do that, let us cut that file so you can see what is inside of the file. So you can take note of what is inside of that file. So that's the content of the file. We have hello, you have just learned 5 ways to create files in Linux. All right. So now, when we say echo, what is the time? And I use just only one greater than sign and I pour it into the print.txt. If I cut that file now, you will see what will happen. You see? So when I cut the file now, we no longer have this content that we put earlier on. This is what we are having now. So that is why I said you should please take note when you are using this greater than sign. So because it will override your entire content. If it's a script, it will override the entire script that you have in that file and it is gone. So the best way to do that, let me show you again. So the same file, we want to like pour back the content we have over there before, and we still want this one that is right there to still remain in it. So we'll do echo, and then we'll put back our content we put earlier on. We say hello, and then what do we say? We say you have just learned 5 ways to create files in Linux. And then now, instead of using just 1, I'll use 2 and then point it back to that file. So now if I cut that file, you see we have both. So I'll advise you, when from now on, when you want to do it, if you know it's a file that's already existing and it has something in it, use the double greater than sign. That will be it for this lecture. I hope you have learned some new things from these 5 ways to create a file. If you have anything like any topic you want me to talk on, whatever, just drop a comment. I'll do a video about it. That will be it for this lecture.